Well, that didn't work that
Hey,
good. That's not supposed to be that way. I was supposed to put something else in there, and I probably just didn't do the right thing. I didn't mash the right button. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. Um,
waving
I think you're trying
hello,
to do a
hand peek wave.
thing. Trying to do a
Gail, I don't
thing.
know what you're doing, but
It's not. It's coming through as something else. Um, Beach Bum sent me something. I'm going to start out tonight with out of Atlanta. It's a video that I want to start out with, but I first want to let a few people come in here and see if we um, can wait a couple of minutes till everybody gets here. Uh, hey, Martin, how you doing? I watched. If anybody didn't watch Tyson's video, he did a live stream about it. I watched most of it, and then I got something else came up. But apparently, he's back on the air. AK is doing a good job. Him and Martin are really doing a good job. I wish I had the time to sit down with y'all and talk about things and how things are going with the what y'all have on the Morphew case. It's just y'all have done so much. Y'all ought to be police, in my opinion. It's really
police.
police, as they say. Okay, I think we got enough here. Beach Bum sent me this, and I did watch the news on it. It's real interesting. I'm gonna play this for you.
We are learning more about what happened to a South Korean woman who came to the United States to join a religious group. Four of the six suspects accused of beating and starving her to death before stuffing her body in the trunk of a Jaguar went before a judge today. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor joins us from the Gwinnett County Jail, where most of those suspects are being held. Is that right, Angelique?
That's right. Good afternoon, Christine. I must tell you right off the bat, we have some new information in this case. It's just come in within the last hour, and that is that all six of these suspects are now being charged with violating Georgia's street gang statute. So that is certainly a new development there. We got our first look at these suspects when they were in court this morning. They are accused of beating, starving, and then burning the body of a young Korean woman. Police say the woman is in her 20s to 30s and came to this country to join a religious group. Now, police say three of the suspects are brothers, and the female is a girlfriend of one of the brothers. In a major development, Fox 5 News has learned today that police believe the victim's injuries are consistent with a religious ritual. Now, all suspects have said they belong to what appears to be an obscure religious group called Soldiers of Christ. But again, Friday afternoon, police slapped all six with street gang charges.
You have four felony charges. One is tampering with evidence. The next one is concealing the death of another. The third is felony murder. And the fourth is false imprisonment.
Now, all of the suspects appear to be pretty compliant during court today. They all had court interpreters. Keep in mind, one of the suspects is just 14 years old and would be through the juvenile system, so we don't know if he appeared today or not. And then the sixth suspect is still in the hospital being treated for what police say are unrelated injuries. We're live in Gwinnett County. Angelique Proctor, Fox 5 News.
All right, thanks for the latest developments there, Angelique.
That is a real sad situation. You have what they call the Soldiers of Christ, and she really thought she was coming over here to join some type of religious organization, and it turns out to be it was a street gang. So that's just they come and have a something like that, and then it turns out to be street. They're classifying as street gang related, but who knows? Who knows what's going on in these kids' head or what kind of drugs maybe they were on. Soldiers of Christ is what they thought. She thought she was going to come over here and join, but it turned out to be what they're calling a street gang, and they committed murder. So, that's just very, very
BC
sad.
says, I have been following
Sad
this
situation.
and still wonder what the unrelated injuries were.
Well, they had, there he is, Dana. And I thought maybe that we would be,
Stop him.
hold on just a minute. We got Biden talking right now on TV concerning Ukraine and Israel. I tell you what, we support Israel, but I'm really have a tough time supporting Ukraine because we've given them over $100 billion, and I'm just really concerned about where all that money's going. And I know Martin, I know I think you're in England right now, so I don't know how you feel about it over there, but we're funneling all this money to Ukraine, and there's nobody telling us where it's going. I did want to show you this while a couple of things that I had on here. I think I showed y'all last time. Somebody sent me this the other day. A Bigfoot warning, where they actually posted this in the some of the national parks, and they're really afraid people are going to start shooting at anything they see, and it could be just a fake, But I thought that was kind of neat. Another thing that has came through the news today is this was and this is straight out of, we're from Alabama, and Natalie Holloway, the case that she was in Aruba with her graduation type trip, and when she disappeared down there, and the mother's from Alabama, she's from Alabama, and that guy Vanderslope, or whatever his name is, Luke, he admitted in court today he took a plea deal, pleading guilty, but they can't charge him murder. He said that he tried to get her to have sex with him on the beach in Aruba. She resisted. They got into a physical altercation. He knocked her down. They kicked her in the head, and then said that she, just to make sure he realized he might have killed her, or she might be seriously injured. So he took some type of heavy rock instrument or a center block or something and hit her in the head with it and killed her. Then drug her body into the ocean, and the waves took it out, and we don't know from there, what happened to her. I really think, though, that it'd be more likely that he had some friends of his take her out in a boat and drop her with some stuff tied around her legs, and maybe some of her friends, and did it, because if you just take something out into the Gulf of Mexico or around the ocean, chances are it's not going out right away. The surf's not going to take it out. It's going to be washed back on the shore. It depends on if it's high tide or if the tide's going out or the tide's coming in. It'd be too much for him to just drag her out in the ocean. He had those two people that hung around with him a lot, so it'd be very.
I bet they know something.
Yeah, they probably took her out and dropped her, tied some stuff around her legs or whatever, or just dropped her in the ocean offshore. But he didn't want to get them in trouble. He's serving, and I thought he was one of the things that they were going to do. I thought they were going to let him serve time in Alabama. He's been held in Peruvian prison, which is a lot harder, sure, than Alabama prison. So he's doing 28 years down there, and he'll probably be the whole 28 years down there. And there's no telling what will happen to him down there. Before I get into tonight, what I want to talk about.
I can't find it on my iPad.
Then I don't know what am I supposed to, I don't know what to tell you. This guy is missing. He looks like a older guy, and I don't know what he is. What the problem is? It's a 53-year-old. He left. Has not been seen since Sunday. Family said that Eric McLeod of St. Paul, Minnesota. His destination was his travels unknown. 5'9", 210 pounds, bald-headed, blue eyes. He is missing from up there. So I was looking at something else. Then I can't find the video online. That's what she's
I've got it on my phone, but I can't get it on my
having
iPad.
problems finding it on the iPad. I don't know what to tell you.
Obviously, I got it. You're fine.
I don't have it doesn't have a title on it, so that might tell you something. You know,
Mac, he was extradited to Alabama, but they're sending him back.
he was extradited to Alabama for extortion. He contacted the mother and said, "If you give me $250,000, I'll tell you what happened to Natalie." And then when he got arrested in Peru, they charged him, hoping to get him to say what really happened to her, and that's what she got. They're going to let time run concurrent with something down there, whatever's down there. Well, tonight I wanted to cover this pretty extensive case here. This is her sister and nephew disappeared 21 years ago. They did a huge article about this, and they're giving the case, her tendency is to give the case a new look. Family passed out flyers hoping for answers, and the Paula Wade's disappearance. Paula Wade and her son Brandon disappeared from Valdosta, Georgia,
Valdosta,
Georgia, more than 2 decades ago, 20 years. Wade's family holds out hope for justice. Go down the next page if I can get it to work.
Beachbum hadn't heard of this one.
Read that.
Mary Ramsbottom stood outside the gates of Martin Stadium on Friday night, surrounded by tailgaters and a big boisterous family sporting face paint and custom outfits in the red-white colors of Lowndes High School. She had driven 4 hours from her home near Orlando to make sure she was there on time. Only Ramsbottom, 58, wasn't outside the 12,000-seat concrete palace waiting the Vikings homecoming game. She had another tradition to uphold. Gripping a stack of yellow flowers, she pressed the papers in hands of dozens in line with tickets. "Can you please take this, share it on your social media with your friends and family?" Ramsbottom implored grandparents, teenagers streaming toward the entrance. "We just need eyes to see this." The flyer featured the last clear photographs taken of her sister and nephew. Next to the pictures were manufactured images artificially aging them. Underneath the bold letters, "Endangered mother and son missing 21 years."
Yeah, it's pretty good and I would hope that I would still have the let's see. Come on, what one sec. Getting a little bit of okay. Can you read that, or you may
You're going to have to make it bigger. 2 decades, her family have traveled to Valdosta, small South Georgia city just north of the Florida state line. They come to commemorate October 14, 2002, the day Paula and Brandon Wade were reported missing. Paula was 25 and her boy was 3. So what happened? I mean,
Well,
they don't know.
No, I mean, they know something. I didn't get that far. We're going to get that far, though, if you give me just a minute.
My legs are bothering me, guys. I'm sorry. Can't stop moving.
Paula, manager of Sam's Club, showed up for work
Didn't.
that day. Didn't show up for work that day. The first day she had missed in 5 years. A search of her apartment found neither mother nor child, only Paula's car keys, wallet, purse, and glasses, without which she was nearly blind. The only thing missing was Brandon's car seat. Investigators scoured the apartment complex, but found no sign of foul play. Detectives questioned people of interest, including Paula's estranged husband, who was in the military and had moved out of state. I'm wondering if there was a custody situation brewing over this, but it doesn't sound like there is. And it doesn't say that of yet.
Well, he's always the first one they're interested in, isn't he?
Yeah.
Other agencies offered help, but the case was cold from the very beginning. It was immediately dead end, and it stayed like that since. Ramsbottom said, "We know as much now as we did when they first went missing."
And look at the back of her shirt. It says the names, and it said missing 21 years, 257, I think it says months, so many weeks, so many days, hours, minutes, and seconds. That's pretty good. Kind of gets the point across, if nothing else. But Paula's family never gave up.
21 years, Beach Bum. Sorry, she asked how long. 21
Okay.
years.
Along with annual Valdosta pilgrimages to keep up interest in the case, Ramsbottom has spent her evenings on John and Jane Doe websites, spreading the word on true crime social media pages, hounding the local police department for new information. The decades-long effort paid off in August when the FBI and Valdosta Police Department announced a new push to find answers. That's what you got to do. You got to stay with them every little bit out there until somebody comes across with something.
Beach Bum, it's in Valdosta, Georgia, down near the Florida state line. I don't know the county that it's in, but it's been 21 years.
I'll read that.
For the first time, federal agency placed Paul and Brandon on its public missing persons list with images of what they might look like today. Valdosta Police Department assigned a new detective to the case to re-examine evidence and search for new leads. As of this time, all leads and clues have been exhausted, Stephen Thomas, commander of the Valdosta Police Department Bureau Investigation, told USA Today. A fresh pair of eyes, new thought, ideas, and hopefully fresh leads could be the break needed. On Friday night, as the football game began, Ramsbottom and her 32-year-old daughter, Tara, quickly walked the sprawling, empty parking lots with their Rat Terrier mix, Shamu, slapping flyers against the windshield. When the crowd roared for the night's first big play, she stopped and looked at the packed stands.
And this is a pictures of what they might look like today. The top, I think it looks like it might be what they look like back then, and
It
the
is.
bottom is what they may look like today. And you know, a lot of people say, "Well, you can't do that," but people have actually been found by just by doing that. Somebody will see somebody that looks like them and report it to the police, and then in the end, they may find them out. But I thought it was a pretty good case for us to look at anyway, at the very least.
The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children is working 7,000 active cases, 3,000 of which involved a child who has been gone more than a year, said Callahan Walsh, an executive director for the center. Some of their oldest cases date back to the 1960s, but most are from the past several years. The search for a missing person can stretch from years to decades. In some cases, the missing outlive the loved ones pursuing answers. The most important tool in the recovery of missing children, Walsh said, is the dissemination of their image. All it takes is one person seeing that picture that should spark recognition, he said, but it has to be the right person. The National Center routinely creates age progression photos, even when the cases are decades old, to keep the images circulating.
Do y'all remember the images in the van that were recovered? They recovered them off. It was a Polaroid picture. I think it was in Atlanta. They found the Polaroid laying between where a van had been parked and another car, and it's a picture of two people tied up, two kids tied up in the back of a van and duct tape over their mouth. I can't remember exactly when it was, but that went around for years. Can you read that? Or
No, I can't read that small. On any given day in the United States, there are about
at the
90,000.
top one though
Oh, Brandon would have played ball if this.
hadn't happened.
Yeah, okay. On any given day in the United States, there are about 90,000 active missing person cases, according to the Department of Justice. And while most are found soon after they are reported missing, tens of thousands remain unsolved for more than a year. The benchmark, many agencies consider it a cold case.
That's the little boy, what he looked like when he went missing.
I would like to know where the dad is.
He moved out of state, though,
That's what
and
I
I'm
mean.
sure they looked at him. You know, I mean, what would be his reasoning for hurting the child, though? You know,
Well, he maybe didn't hurt him. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children working 7,000 active cases. We already read that.
no, not all that. We don't think we had.
Yeah, I read that. I know what I read.
Okay, excuse
It
me.
takes the right person to.
Okay, pardon moi. Well, I don't see how though. I don't see how you did because maybe. Okay, yeah, it was up one.
What you barking at? Ain't nothing out there.
These are missing posters they put.
We've seen way too many long-term recoveries to ever give up hope on any missing children we're searching for, Walsh said. We know the families won't give up hope, and we won't give up hope either. That's good to know.
And that, you know, who that is, that's John Walsh's son that's up there working that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Did he have another son?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that either.
They had a son after that, after the missing of Adam. He's been on some shows and stuff. Okay.
The mystery. Paula Wade grew up in a military family. Her father was in the Air Force. She and her sister Mary and brother Regis McGrath spent most of their childhood and adolescence in New York, where their father was stationed. Mary was always protective of Paula, who was 12 years younger. During Paula's teen years, the pair bonded over music. I was like the cool big sister, Ramsbottom said. She liked whatever I was listening to. Paula married her high school boyfriend soon after graduation. They had met in Germany. Rasputin said Paula's husband, who was in the military, was sent to Korea for a year after the marriage. Paula went to live with her older sister. The couple moved to Valdosta together when he returned. A few years later, Brandon was born. Paula called him Munchkin.
Yes, he's a little bitty fella.
Well, you know what? If he's still alive, he might remember something like that could bring him memory. Give him a memory. I can't even think of what I'm saying, my legs. After a few years, Paula's husband was transferred to Shaw Air Force Base in South Carolina, where he served for a search for a place suitable for his family. Paula was struggling to pay the bills in Valdosta, and the couple grew apart. I'm telling you, the absence does not make the heart grow fonder. It doesn't. You don't want to be absent of me. A week later, Paula and Brandon were gone. We were talking just beforehand about how excited we were, Rasputin said. Rasbottom said, I can't even say her name. I just moved back to Orlando with my kids, and with her job transfer, the kids were going to get to grow up together.
It looks like she was a pretty girl back then.
And a good mom.
I don't know how good a mom if she's willing to leave her husband just because he's in the military.
Well, you don't know what happened.
He was stationed at one section.
You don't know what happened.
No, you don't know enough to say that she was a good mom.
Well, looking at the pictures of her with her child.
So she was a good mom, but not a good wife.
Okay, guys.
Right?
I didn't say that. I don't know what. I mean, maybe he was cheating on her.
Maybe she was cheating on him.
Okay. October 14th, 2002. Separates with Rasputin calls the before and after. The first week and month after that day were enveloped in the search for Paula and Brandon. But over time, Rasputin had to manage her own life. You need to pay bills and take care of your own kids. She said you have to find time for everything. You just have to find time for everything. For years, she would get home from work and spend time with her kids and then start her second job looking for her sister and nephew. She became a fixture on websites for missing people and social media pages. Each year, she joined her parents on their fruitless mid-October journey to Valdosta.
And I said that maybe that she had an affair, but that could have really happened. She could have had an affair, got with the wrong person, got moved up somewhere, and either he could have killed her, or maybe she wanted to disappear from her ex-husband. No. You don't look at her. You can't just look at a picture and say absolutely.
He's arguing with me. And that's
the last day at Valdosta that included the whole family was in 2010, the 8th anniversary of Paula and Brandon's disappearance. Ramsbottom, that sounds like a Amish name to me, but it's probably German.
Yeah.
And her
thanks, beach bum.
What?
Nothing.
And her parents stood in front of the local reporters and urged people to call a tip line if they knew anything about what was happening to Paula. No tips came. What did you say?
Nothing.
What did you say?
Go on.
I'll read it. I'll go back and read it.
Wow.
Ramsbottom and her daughter spent Saturday handing out flyers in the parking lot of Sam's Club where Paula worked and was last seen. After hours, I wish you could see this dog. Good Lord. Maggie's trying to get on the couch here with me and you.
After hours in the afternoon heat, Rasputin stood near the store entrance scanning for parked cars without papers tucked under the windshield wiper. Someone tapped her on the shoulder. I used to work with Paula, said Maria Manning, 55, sporting Sam's Club vest. Paula actually promoted me. Her lips trembled and her eye filled with tears.
See, I'd been talking to that woman though. Said, okay, tell me everything you know about her. You got to talk to people that know everything about the people that are missing. What the heck is going on with this computer?
Y'all, it would be nice if something that we posted here or somebody watching this here would found something. Yeah,
Look at here. Just got up there beside Dina.
Hey.
And
Hey.
just absolutely
Look,
just
you're on TV.
absolutely just
Do you see? You see that donkey? Who is that? Is that Darby? Is that? No? Okay. What's that dog's name? Keeps coming up here.
Thunder.
Thunder. Where's Thunder?
We have a dog that keeps coming up to the
coming in the
RV and everything, and wanting to play with Maggie's little boy dog, beagle named Thunder.
Okay, next one down.
Manning was a cashier when she met Paula, who offered her a job on the membership team she was leading. The woman lived at the same apartment complex, and after Manning took the promotion, Paula gave her rides to work. Manning has kept up with the case and often thinks about Paula and her munchkin, she told Ramsbottom. You know, this is a thing. I would be getting this girl, asking her to get hypnotized to try to find out if she remembered anything subconsciously about her. I would try to get every little detail. Did she ever mention going anywhere, running off anywhere,
Was
anything?
she dating?
Was she dating anybody? Anything?
God bless you for still being out here looking for them. Manning, now an assistant store manager. Shoppers maneuvered carts and buggy grocery bags around them. The women embraced. I have no other option, she said. That was my baby sister.
Says if you have any information about them, contact the FBI or Atlanta field office. I did want to mention something about the Suzanne Morphew case. There's a lot of stuff, and in listening to Tyson the other night, there's a lot of stuff going on about this area where she was found. I think they call it the boneyard. We just don't know what all. It's hard to believe that the police have found stuff at this location, bones and stuff at this location. You know, in the past, and not had some way of monitoring who goes out there. You know, it's like the area out there at the where the Long Island killer was dumping his bodies. I never understood why they didn't put up some type of pole cam out there, or put up something, some surveillance cameras, and let them run for 24 hours at a time, and go back and look at them to see. You know, they got them that when they have motion out there on them, they start recording, or if they run, you know, they flag on it. They record the whole time, but they flag every time that something gets in the way. And I can't believe that they've had this 5 or 6 acres, or maybe even 10 or 20 acres that bones keep being found on, and yet they can't put up some pole cams at the both ends of the street that they would, you know, see cars coming down and be able to check up on it. It just floors me. This is a weird case. I believe that somebody out there knows something about where that couple is, but I don't know. Yeah, you heard that. Yeah, TS said you heard that this is a popular spot to dump animal carcasses too. Well, yeah, but it may be, but still, I think they found some bones, human bones out there before on missing people, and they, if you know, I don't know. Um, Sounds like a cemetery, this boneyard,
The other victim was
but
found
is
10 miles
not
away.
not the case. What's that?
The other victim was found 10 miles away.
I just, this gets me. This is what I said, Martin. Now you may tell me that I'm wrong about it. Now maybe. I believe from the start though they had some information about where she was buried. She possibly was buried out there, or they maybe have somebody that they're going to turn. They're turning somebody, and they gave them that information because I don't know. It's just a little convenient for them to go out there and find her in a shallow grave. For me, it is. It would be more apt for that. Um, Maybe that there was somebody else involved in the burial of her body, and that they felt like that they were fixing to, didn't want to go to jail forever, so they flipped on BM. But who knows? I think I think if they're going to do something, I think they'll probably put a grand jury together, and what's the matter? They'll put a grand jury together and run it for the grand jury and see if the grand jury comes up with an indictment because because the grand jury, one is, I understand he's suing the, which I've said all along that whoever lawyer that he talked to, that Barry Morphew talked to about suing the DA and all that stuff like that, they gave him some bad information because once you get into a civil suit with um, you sue somebody to get money, then they have a right to depose you, the person, all the people in the whole case will be deposed, and that deposition can be used against you in criminal court. And it's not like they can take the fifth on everything. They can still take the fifth, but say they go in there and they ask him a bunch of questions and he lies about it, then he's tied down to certain times. You ask him, you get him in a deposition, man, you ask him everything, times, places, everything. And once you tie him down to that, then when you go to court to if you go to criminal court later on, then you can bring that up. Well, didn't you say you were at so and so at a certain time? What, if you're not telling it, or so which part are you not telling the truth on? You telling the truth on this one or that time? In other words, it's easy to get you, and plus they can try to make you mad in depositions. I mean, I've had depositions. I've been subpoenaed for cases that the police departments have been sued for various things, and these people they'll ask you anything, and they try to make you mad, and and if you take the fifth on something, it makes it look like you're a liar. So I've never taken the fifth on anything, so I didn't have to worry about it. But it was. It's difficult to, I hate depositions because I hate to take a deposition, whether it doesn't matter if you're guilty or not guilty. These people can ask you anything in these things, and um, they ask you stupid stuff, and so they will get him on the stand and they will drill him on everything. And I can't believe his lawyers ever said, you know, take this or go in the sue, because it's gonna be to his detriment to do it. Yeah, I agree, Martin. I believe there's more going on too. But in my opinion on this, the way she was found, I believe that maybe somebody, that another person that disposed of the her body, and they may have just got scared and flipped. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess, in the next little bit. But I'm wondering if the DA's office might tell the judge on that civil case, let's go ahead and get these interrogatories out of the way, and let's go ahead and get these depositions out of the way. The interrogatories, they'll send it to the lawyer, and the lawyer will sit down with him, and they'll go over and answer questions on the interrogatories. They're sworn, but they have their lawyer in there, and they can kind of take their time, and they can decide what they want to do on certain questions. But a deposition, you'll have their lawyer be in there, but it'll be the state will be in there too, and people will be asking questions. They have a phone to the judge, and if you say they ask a question, they say, I'm not going to answer that, then they'll turn right around and call the judge and see if the judge will allow that question to be answered. And, you believe that Barry did it, though, 100%? You don't believe there's anybody else involved there at all, Martin? Isn't there like a little trailer down the road? They say there's a guy that kind of lives in that area. I heard somebody say that they thought that he had some mental disorder or whatever. And I mean, it just doesn't seem, that be that close. I'm just wondering. I don't know. I don't think that a bobcat was used or anything. I don't believe that they would take the chance on taking it down there. I don't know. It may have, but I don't think so. The way I understand it was a very shallow grave that somebody had said. That would, I don't know. Don't listen to the circus. I got you. That's like, not my circus, not my monkeys. Yeah, I understand.
Pasture, not my cow poop.
Do what?
Not my pasture, not my cow poop.
Okay.
I saw that on my glass.
Really? Okay. I would love to maybe one night sit in with you and AK, and we just talk and see what we, even if it's not online, just to see if we have the same thought pattern of it anyway. I was going to look. I'm going back in here and looking at something right now.
I didn't mean to do that.
Dana's slamming stuff around in here.
The lid on the garbage can. My legs are.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. My legs are absolutely.
Dana's she's got restless legs in them, and she's almost dancing over here in the aisle here. I thought I was going to have a shot in my back. This is supposed to happen on the 27th, but they called me today and said, "Hey, we can't get to you for another month." So I'm having to reschedule that again because we're headed up to the frozen north next month. So for about a month. Yeah, that's great. I'm telling you, y'all guys are better than the detectives on this case. I believe they need to consult y'all because I don't know what happened here. If it was it was almost like it's a rivalry between the CBI, FBI, and the local sheriff's department on what, I don't know if they had some type of robbery going where they couldn't get their act together or what. But after reading what I think it wasn't a deputy or something got fired over this. It's not one of these perfect situations for sure. Um, for sure. How is AK? Somebody said he had to have a MRI or a CAT scan. Yeah, I would. TS, I would like to sit down with him privately and talk to him and see what we need to discuss and what we don't. But and then if they want to come on here or me just sit in with them over there on their channel, I don't mind either way. Um, hmm. Yeah, I agree. Y'all done a lot. Well, that's good. I'm glad, Martin. I'm glad AK's doing good. Anytime you start, I don't know what's going on with him, but I've had all that kind of stuff. They didn't find nothing with me other than I thought I was going to have a screw loose, but I don't.
Yes, you do. You got a couple of them loose.
Yeah.
I'm threatening to bring the screwdriver in. Electric one.
Yeah. Does anybody have anything else? We got kind of through here. I guess I'm gonna have to send that link to Tony. I didn't talk to him tonight. I guess he'll be here. Down there where he lives, they're building a huge complex. Who knows?
Well, I thought y'all kind of got together.
No, I haven't talked to him in a week. I don't know what's up with them.
Did y'all have a fight?
Nope.
Y'all mad at each other?
Nope. Just tell AK get with me and maybe I'll call him and then maybe we can get on a three-way call or whatever and talk for a little bit. And then if y'all want to do something over there or we want to do something over here, it'd be fine with me either way.
You need to teach me how to do this so that me and some of the girls can do.
That's fine. I'll do it.
Me and some of the girls can do Bible study in the morning.
I'll teach you how.
That's what
the Delphi subject's attorney quit on him. I guess either he didn't have money to pay him, or the state said they wasn't going to. Thanks, Martin. I appreciate it. That maybe they didn't have enough money to pay him, or either the state, if he's an appointed, I don't know if he's appointed. It's very, very hard to get out of an appointment unless your suspect just says, "I'm not working with him. I don't want him as my attorney. I don't trust him. He's not competent, whatever." And then sometimes they will allow you to do it. But now I wonder what the problem was with that. We'll have to find out. We'll have to look that up, find that out for sure. Well, listen, I'm gonna go and so I can get a thing sent to Tony and see what he wants to do and find out if he's gonna be on tonight. I'll have to call him. Where's my phone? Did you take my phone?
Going live tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow evening.
Tomorrow evening? Well, I'll look for you and listen to you anyway until we talk for sure. Okay, guys. So we good seeing everybody tonight. We hope that if me and Tony are on later on, of which I'm thinking we will be, we will.
Jess says have AK and Martin come over here. It would bring huge number of viewers. They are famous. They're famous. We know famous people.
That's right. We know famous people.
Or infamous.
Infamous.
Infamous people.
Yeah, either way that helps. I don't want to steal their thunder on their show, though. You know, we were just talking about our numbers here. I mean, not that I'm worried about it, but I don't want to steal their thunder when they have all the information. But we'll talk about it anyway, and we'll get together. So y'all check with me here in about 15 minutes. I don't know if, like I said, Tony's going to be available tonight or not. I'm fixing to call him and find out. If he is, then we'll talk about something. Who knows what? And if he's not, then we'll go do it the next weekend. It's not. We just can't get people to come to listen to two old guys talk for some reason. But anyway, y'all, we'll see you. If not, we'll see you next week for sure. Y'all take care. Good night.